နေတယ် N4 တောက်ချောက်ပဲ spray ချက်မှာတစ်ဖက်က player တွေးရတော့တဝက်တိတိတော့ကျိုးသွားတယ်ဗျာနော်တော့မနော်သွားသေးဘူး N4 60နဲ့မှာထပ်ပြီးအိမ်မို့တော့ကျိုးစားနေစိတ်လျှော့လိုက်ပါတော့အကိုလေးရလွတ်ပေးလိုက်ပါတော့ကဲ no fear လက်ရှိကျွန်တော်တို့ဒါမှတ်ပေးစရာရဲ့အဆင့်3လို့နေရာမျိုးမှာရပ်တည်နေခဲ့တဲ့ဒါဟောတာ e-sport ဆင်ရတော့ပြောင်းသွားပြီအိန္ဒိယအသင်းလက်ရှိမှာတော့ performance ကောင်းတွေပြသပေးနေခဲ့တဲ့ call line e-sport ရှိနေခဲ့တဲ့ high ground ကုန်းမြင့်ပေါ်ကိုတော့ဒါရန်ကုန် Cladico YG ကျွန်တော်တို့မြန်မာအသင်းကျွန်တော်တို့ရောက်ရှိသွားခဲ့နောက်မှာတော့ battle ဖြစ်မလားတော့စောင့်တော့ကြည့်ရမယ်အဲ့တော့ပြေးတက်သွားလို့တော့မပြေဘူး battle sign လို့မကောင်းဘူးဗျကျွန်တော်တို့ဒါတနက်ပြစ်တဲ့ game ပြစ်တဲ့အတွက် low ground နဲ့ high ground ဆိုရင်ဘယ်သူက possession တာလဲဆိုတာကတော့ကလေးတွေကအစားသိတယ်ဟဲ့လားအဲ့တော့အများကြီးပြောကြမလို့လက်ရှိမှာတော့ Morman မှောက်သွားပြီနော်ဝါခဲ့တဲ့ Morman ကိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ရအောင်လို့တော့ shop 8ကားပေါ်ကိုတော့တကယ်ချင်း teammate ကိုတော့အခက်ခဲတွေကြားထဲမှာတယောက်တည်းတော့မထားခဲ့ဘူးဇုံပြင်မှာပဲကားပေါ်ကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ထမ်းတင်ထားနေပဲဇုံထဲကိုတော့မောင်းထွက်သွားခဲ့ပြီဗျာ okay Morman ကားပေါ်မှာတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒါကြောင်တော့ပျောက်နေတယ်ခေါင်းလေးငိုင်းဆိုင်တော့ဖြစ်နေတယ်ဗျာနော်ပါးလေး2ချက်လောက်ရိုက်ပြီးနှိုးလိုက်ဟဲ့လားပြန်ထလာလိမ့်မယ်shop 8သူ့ရဲ့ညီလေးမော်မန်ကိုတော့ရအောင်လို့တော့စေပေးထားတယ်ရိုမီယို point တန်ချက်ကကားကြီးကိုအတုံးချထားရင်းနဲ့ပဲ high ground ပေါ်ကိုတော့ပြေးတက်သွားတယ်ဗျအဓိက vision ကြည့်နေတာဗျအဲ့တော့ battle sign မှုအတွက်ဆိုတာကလည်း 4v4 battle sign ရတာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက် player တွေက location ကိုတေချာမသိပဲ high ground ကိုပြေးတက်သွားမယ်ဆိုရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒါဝူရှူဝါတွေဖြစ်သွားလိမ့်မယ်ဗျကျွန်တော်တို့ဒါ coach corner မှာကျွန်တော်တို့ဒါမောင်1 second ရမှန်4နဲ့ဗျနည်းနည်းတော့ဝါနေတယ်က Yaman, lean abia, Nano, one in a camera. We didn't and a little miare, no, I guess a mine or a chain milli. Miro da Safai Lobetana and Kamala, and a rolling miare, now mal as 2G, Pala gave in Yaba Chan and road. Tuji Pala gave in Yaba Chan and Rodebo Jodan and get a Pagura Mana, down shot of Genie. Kea Kesibe, Kake Jare Maroda, Romeo Boy, to go to Lepiam, you are fast a tour of the Lu. No. Get through it, in leader, Mouse Mango, let PV over Kerarabia. And he Shiraga, Pepper Chan, call I play at your routine. Look, your vision in light genie. Or Mana, smoke alone or Kenara or a midway tare. Okay, piano Jara Omla. So Genie, Sound Genie, Abia, Dinalima. တော်သေးတယ်ရောင်းရေးတစ်ဖက်ကပလီယာတိုးလာလို့မရအောင်လို့တော့ဒါမာနပွိုင်းစမုတ်လေး3လုံး4လုံးလောက်ကိုခင်းထားလိုက်ရတယ်ဗျာဆိုတော့မစိုးဘူးနော်ကိုပလီယာတော့သွားတဲ့အချိန်မှာတယောက်ကပြေးกินနေနှစ်ယောက်ကထောက်ဝေးထားတယ်ဘယ်ညာသူကနဲ့သူအလုပ်တော့လုပ်နေတယ်ဗျာနော်ပလီယာအားလုံးကသူကနဲ့သူတိုင်ပင်မမှန်နဲ့အလုပ်တော့လုပ်နေတယ် Raspat ဟာလာအိန္ဒိယအသင်းအရန်ကြီးတော့တိုးမလာရေးဘူးလက်ရှိစင်းလေးပြောင်းသွားခဲ့နောက်မှာတော့ EGEDSA Esport ကျွန်တော်တို့ TD Project ကားနဲ့ပါဖြတ်ပြီးတော့ပဲတိုက်ပေးထားခဲ့တဲ့ speed အိုင်းနောက်မှာတော့ပျောက်ကွယ်သွားခဲ့ပြီဗျာ TD Project တွေ eliminated ရှက်ထွဲလို့နေရာမျိုးကနေပျောက်ကွယ်သွားပြီ ready ဖြစ်သွားပြီအဲ့တော့ format alive လုံးဝသွေးရလည်းပြန်ဖြည့်ပြီးသွားပြီအကုန်လုံးကသွေးရတော့ full နေခဲ့ပြီ young gladly ကို YG အနေနဲ့ body language ကိုကြည့်မယ်ဆိုတော့ဒါ godlike တွေကိုတော့ better sign တင်တဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးတော့ရှိတယ်ဆေးကလောက်လင်းလင်းမြဲမြဲပဲကားပေါ်နဲ့ခုံချထားတယ်အဲ့တော့ player နှစ်ယောက်ဂျားတဲ့ကိုတော့ရောက်ရှိသွားတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးတော့ရှိနေခဲ့နောက်မှာတော့ဆေးကလောက် as power as reggae နဲ့ပဲနော်ပေးထားခဲ့တယ်အဲ့နောက်မှာ okay နောက်တဲ့ player တက်ကိုမာနဲ့ bucket ပါလာတယ်အဲ့တော့ 1G player နော်နေခဲ့လို့ဒီဘက်မှာလည်းဒါ godlike တွေအပြန်လည်ပစ်ခတ်မှုတွေမြင်တွေ့ထားရတယ်ဗျာအိုး Romeo Point မှောက်သွားပြီညောင်ကြီးစမိုင်းတယောက်ပဲကြံမယ်ထားခဲ့လိုက်ရပြီဗျာအဲ့တော့သူတို့ရင်ဆိုင်နေရတဲ့အသင်းကလည်းဒါအသင်းကောင်းတစ်သင်းဖြစ်တဲ့ဒါအိန္ဒိယအသင်းလုံးဝ high ground ရလာတဲ့အနေထားမှာကိုတော့အကောင်ဆုံးအသုံးချပြီးတော့ပဲ battle sign နေဗျာအိန္ဒိယအသင်းဆော့ရလဲအမှားမရှိဘူးဗျာနော်လုံးဝ position ရွှေ့တာဆိုတာလုံးဝတေတက်တယ်ဆော့ပါလေးကလောဆယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒါ Young Gladico YG player 3ယောက်တော့ပေးထားတယ်ဗျာ Master Smile တယောက်တည်းတော့ကြံတယ်ဗျာအနေအများတဲ့အခြေအနေမျိုးမှာတော့ဒါလေဂိမ်းကြီးရအောင်သွားနိုင်ပါစေလို့တော့ဒါစုမကောင်တောင်းပေးရမှာပဲဗျာဒီဒီချိန်မှာတော့ဒါကိုကောင်တွေကဒါနည်းနည်းလေးကိုကောင်တွေနည်းနည်းလေးသိရမလားနည်းနည်းပြဿနာတော့မရှိပါဘူးအေးစေးနောက်ကလည်းပါလာဦးမယ် BG
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast, and intelligent way to launch online. Landing pages, content hubs, e-commerce sites, you describe it and it's built in minutes. It's kind of wild how far a short prompt can get you, right?
YG ကတကောင်းလေးကို better sign ဖို့ဗျာနည်းနည်းလေးတွေးတိုးစမ်းကြည့်လိုက်တာပေါ့ဗျာအချင်းနေဘလို့ရှိလဲပေါ့ဗျာဘာညာပေါ့သိရမလားနည်းနည်းလေး sign ကြည့်လိုက်တာမစိုးရောက်နေအိန္ဒိယ
And S2G, nice fight, but not able to convert anything afterwards.
Hey, there's Vitality as well getting LOS onto that. They see them and instantly farm through, stealing away some extra points. Does Smile make a move? The solo here from Yangon. He's thinking about the big picture, Jukes. But look how tempting this is.
Hello! And Razy somehow survived that. The trap was sprung, and he was able to get out with the cheese. He got out with the cheese, unscathed.
Ludicrous scenes, quick wrap around. Ooh, can't make it back in. That is going to be the deny out then. No chance to re-peek into the zone. Points denied, Yangon removed.
What is this leaderboard? What is this leaderboards, my man? What's going on here? So we got 4 from the top 5, 2 from the bottom 3, and only 1 in the mid pack. Does it need to be said here? Does it need to be said here, folks? This is insane.
Feeling pretty defined. Feels like it's all just inevitable with how it's been going. ETSH, realistically the only one towards the bottom side with anything to be earned from this. Dopeness only down to a duo. And the last man of Aura in Sleepy, tucked in behind the tree. Hyunbin not far away either.
Yeah, honestly, he's doing enough, right? If you're Aura, you're just trying to put up, 4 or 5 points a game, that could be enough to just put yourselves into those finals. Considering that, yeah, I mean, all the mid-pack teams aren't going to have that 20-point pop-off game that they needed. There's only, I think, 1 that stands a chance. And it's going to be tough considering that almost all the lobby, the top of the lobby is still here. Look at this, Youngshim Red Force with 1. They're doing exactly what they need to do. Now it's ETSH, the team that needs to get themselves out of the bottom. Now just getting destroyed on the side by E-Arena, the Thai squad. Deleting them out of there. Nice push, though. They did get some good, solid eliminations, but they're going to still need to do a whole lot more if we want to see them in that survival stage.
Yeah, had to squeeze extra from this one. That's what you were saying. Good isn't enough anymore. For them, it's not going to bail them out. Dopeness, though. The dope duo looking to clash versus Ida. First one falls. E-Arena even trying to siphon points off the back of that, and they do so successfully, taking down Dopeness. Hyunbin falls. Razy loses his footing on the rocks.
MG3, so good, but you know what? Its weakness is when you're getting shot in the back. Unfortunate there for Racy. Again, Team Vitality just flexing at this point. They still have 2 players up. Youngshim Red Force get that thirst. And, all the teams at top are doing exactly what they need to. Hey, just survive, put some decent points on the board, and it's a lock. Considering that there's only 5 teams remaining, all these teams are going to be getting some good, solid placement points. The real eyes on and storyline left is Ida. Like, if you're Ida right now, the best thing that could happen is you take out this entire lobby here and now.
Just have a monstrous game from it. Give it your absolute all. It's not going to get any easier, though. Weird timeline where Sleepy could probably sneak into the zone unnoticed as well, because Nonshin cleared this whole area, so they might not expect anyone to be there. They didn't find him tucked in behind the tree, so he's looking to just steal points if he can.
Woo. Schweppes practicing his TIG welding right there, making sure that he goes and he's walking that cut, fixing that vehicle, getting it loaded up for the rest of the match. I wonder if Ida has that IQ to understand if they were doing enough elimination feed tracking to have a good idea of who's left in this lobby. It's quite difficult with everything that's going on. But if they have a good, solid idea of who's left, then they need to realize that they got to amp this aggression up. Like, why not? If you're Ida, you need to wipe this entire lobby out if you have a chance at getting top 5, because if you don't, and we see 4th and 5th place get chicken dinners, like top 5's gone. So let's see what they decide to do here. I understand why they're playing it very pensively. They want to make sure that they get to that end game, but you got to ramp up the aggression.
Sleepy spotted in the end. He's hoping he could worm his way back into the zone, but not this time. Nonshin Red Force looking for a bit of an assess on the situation. Got a good lay of the land from the position they're in. Vitality close by towards Ida as well. The arena with a bit of a scouting play. Tourniquet there in the back of the vehicle. Limited cover as well, Jukes. And Nonshin, such an open angle to just take pot shots.
Oh man, this circle not too kind, as there's a lot of open field in that center. Everyone's gonna have to play the edge. I would like to see Ida go push up into these buildings though and challenge Team Vitality. They need to, honestly. They have to clear the south side out pretty quickly. And you can see them in the vehicles, in the buggies, just getting some more information for now. Rita, though, is just moving up ever so closely. He could hear those steps. He knows they're in that building.
Audio cue giving the game away somewhat. Rita with the nades as well, pinpooled on it. If he gets a chance to arc it in, find a knock, then they could collapse, but they are starting to fragment over as well. Darkin advanced towards the zone, looking to get set up near the cover they found. 2 players make it in. Darkin with a knock over to Hyunbin as well. Fires back up onto this ridge and does some damage onto Nonshin. Vitality re-aggress. Emre holding. Rito with the assist. The shotgun slays back over onto Federales. Emre will pick off Axel, and Vitality crumble to Ida. They're starting to cook, Jukes.
This is a perfect scenario for them, right? They got 2 players already taking a position in this next zone. They were able to clear out Team Vitality, and now they're getting towards that end game. It's still going to be quite difficult considering that you got E-Arena up on top with the circle priority. And most likely, we're going to see Ida fight Nongshim Red Force. So if that does happen, never mind. Ida, they understand. They need to win this game. Push up into E-Arena, challenge them, try to take them out as fast as possible, and then have to deal with Nongshim Red Force later.
So many smokes being arced here, setting themselves up for it, trying to create some semblance of cover to protect them from Nongshim, block off the line of sight, and then take the fight over. Deep nade in as well. Nongshim aren't sleeping either. They're thinking about just taking the hit to him. It could be a three-way battle for the finish instantly. Tizzy so low.
Oh, Schweppes got so much damage onto him. But now we're going to see Ida throw some good nades onto Nongshim Red Force. That's 2 knocks for them. This is the best case scenario. They need to wipe out this entire lobby if they want a chance. Here they go, and they are starting to do it little by little. But now E-Arena have woken up. Now they're starting to put in some work.
So much damage. So little time to try and fix the issues you've suffered from that encounter, and E-Arena know that the knee is weak. Seeing if they can make them buckle with Schweppes. Clearing through. Good shots on target. Brings us down to just a duo on either side. Mormon with utility as well. He's only got that 1 Molotov left in the back pocket. 100 rounds of ammo on the AUG as he shoots up. Emre sneaking in.
That one hurt. Unfortunately, that was his second to last name. Ooh, that molly. Mighty close. And Mormon gets the knock. Single player up left. It's Schweppes and Mormon versus the final player from Ida.
Darkin. Can he somehow find a way to follow through and win this 1v2 peak up? Oh, it's good!
That's huge.
Schweppes falls. They've got the revive off in the meantime. Mormon primes the nade. Tourniquet tucks in behind the wall. Nade misses. Darkin peaks. That's on target.
Headshot.
Good shot. Follow-ups there. HG takes him away as Tourniquet falls. Mormon closes the gap in the shotgun standoff, but will he win it? No!
Are you kidding me? What a finish! It's Ida getting it done in the 1v3.
Played it to perfection, Jukes.
Woo, let's go.
They go for the res, he gets the engage off, wins the 1v1, isolates it with a nade, finishes him off. up close, sweating bullets with the shotgun, shuts it down and gets the dinner.
DBS behind the tree using that shotgun whip technology, saying, you know what, I'm gonna shoot that shot before you could even see me, and goodbye. I mean, this was perfect case scenario. Literally, this is what they needed to do if they want a shot at the finals, and they did it the hardest way possible. That was not easy. Look at the shot. Whoa. Whew. Bye-bye.
The quick taps on it. Fast fingers. And brilliant decision-making with how he approached it in what was a chaotic moment. Milliseconds of decision-making.
Sometimes you just gotta clutch it up. You know, you just gotta make a play if you want to keep your team in this tournament. And it's plays like that that are momentum shifters, right? It's one of those plays so big, so massive, that it gets your team so dang hyped that you just become an unstoppable force for it, right? So they got it in that game, and yeah, you can see that. You want to gain some faith in your squad? You want your team to believe in you? That is how you do it, and that is a kiss well-deserved.
There was no buckshot in that shotgun, Jigs. It was all slugs. He just uppercutted the whole lobby.
Made a play. That was one of the plays of the tournament so far. I mean, 1v3 to win the game, and if this squad makes it into the finals, that was it right there, guys. That is the play that made that possible.
From feeling like it was becoming an impossibility to really just dialing in and immediately, like you say, locking in, knowing the game plan, understanding we have to fight. And they were so proactive that entire time.
Yep. And that's the thing, though, guys, right, is you're in a situation where your back's against the wall and you can just look at it and be like, hey, you know what, whatever happens, happens. We're just going to play it out as is. No, like, this is what I love about this year in particular. We're seeing teams, coaches understand just doing whatever happens isn't going to work. You got to do something different. You got to adapt.
You do indeed. And we got to get down to the stage with Kalaris to hear from Godlike.
That's right, thank you very much, boys. Here I'm with S-Power once again to talk about that first victory, as well as what was going on in Erangel, but I want to focus on Rondo to start things off. Obviously, you guys had great eliminations to start things off over in Neox, and then from the north side of that circle, you looked very controlled, and then when SUG wrapped around, you looked super controlled against them as well. What was the game like from your perspective?
Our perspective was very simple and clear. We'll just play our natural game. We'll play in slow. Basically, we'll play in slow motion. We'll just go with the flow, and we'll try to clear our back as much as we can. And we did it very well. We executed the things very properly. So that's why we could secure the second dinner. Sorry.
Looked fantastic, really did. That's a great start for you guys. If you continue that on, you're basically going to be qualified for the final, so it's looking really good right now. Game 2, of course, wide wrap on towards Stalba or on that east side, but then getting stuck on Stalba can be a little bit difficult there, and it kind of felt like that was the case for you guys. What was it like here from the team as a whole?
We did choke there because we planned something, but we didn't execute that in a proper way. That's what costed us the game, but hopefully we are looking forward to the next matches, and hopefully we'll do better comparatively. Yep.
It's looking good for Godlike. Thank you very much for joining me here, S-Power, once again. That is S-Power here down on the stage, looking awesome here on Day 2 of Group B.
주나요? 이용해. 차벽 이용해 오버. 공 왔다.
얘들아 왼쪽 보고 많아.
형 앞에 나무 기절. 나무 중간 나무. Down to Rasa. Dante. Nice.
Ben yine tepeye çıkabilirim muhtemelen.
Oğlum sen Rita gel olmayacak dedin de şey gelmesin oğlum EA.
Kim?
Gelmez
oğlum iyi ne işi var? Tam
gelmez.
olacak onlar.
Ya beni almanız lazım ya yalnız. Belki sen alırsın beni, tamam mı?
Alırım da başından enforce'u çekiyorum. Yok kaçmışlar bunlar ya direkt.
Beni falan yok mu ya?
6x.
Nice.
Mati marah.
Masih ada kan?
Itu bisa tambah
Ada,
di 60
ada.
gua. Enggak ada
Ya
60.
udah, nggak usah. Di berapa ya? Ya,
15
Enes ya?
dulu.
Guys.
Bagian atas 15 Enes. Berapa mati 2. Orang mati berapa ya orang? Tadi gua bunuh 1. Mati 2. Oke. Di jamur ada yang mayat di jamur. Iya. Gua bunuh
Enes?
itu.
ต้องตีมันไว้ชิ้นเนื้อนี้สู้มาส่งนี้สู้ฟังกูเอารถมั่วไปรับให้
ต้องรับ
รถจะระเบิดรถจะระเบิดกูจะระเบิด
โอเค
ตายมาผมอยู่นะ
ถ้าเตอร์รอมา
Loving the radio comms and the translation as well, but I'm also loving the PMWC Lucky Spin, which is available now in PUBG Mobile. Co-created with PDP creator Nana, the Electron Energy set, the Proton Power set, this stunning alien fusion grows out. Log into PUBG Mobile and take your spin before it's gone, like Max has done. I have tried it as well. I'm gonna try it again today because that grows out looks sick.
It is amazing. And it's also glowing. It doesn't look like it right now in the picture, but it does actually glow quite a bit. So it's got some animation. It's themed around PMWC. It's only W's for the skins right now.
And one team that was glowing in that last match was none other than Ida. Because Ida, my goodness, this is a squad that also needs to make sure they stay within that range of getting to the top 5. And they were able to do just that, Neptura.
They were indeed really looking forward to what they have coming in off the back of that big win because, yeah, they did play that very well. I want to point out specifically their smokes coming on in there. We were talking about this again, you know, analysts, we chat in the backstage area, but it was really nice to see them use those smokes against EA when they made that push onto Nongshim. It was a really good performance there to just make sure. And yeah, you're seeing the day 1 versus day 2, night and day. I mean, I think we saw that in game. We could see it very clearly, but night and day on those stats as well, looking very good for them.
I mean, I love this because I love having a look at their average of eliminations and being able to capitalize on that. And I want to give them a get them whatever food they want, buy them whatever skin they want in PUBG Mobile because it's insanity that Arena lost that with that much health and utility. Obviously, no popping on the zigzag, but was not prepared for that shotgun at the end. And you know what? Having teams that, you know, are creeping their way up from the bottom into these positions, they're locked in.
Yep.
And if you think you're at the top of the leaderboard and you're safe, it's not always the case.
It's definitely not always the case. Between Circle, for us, we're looking at the match ranking here. Teams 9 through 13 were eliminated, Max, which leaves a huge opening for those squads towards the bottom and also for those teams towards the top to just kind of expand that lead.
I mean, yeah, because it's so close towards the teams in the middle and especially the bottom of the pack, as you just said here, Seven. And because of that, I was expecting Tiamba to just kind of level up their aggression, which they actually did at the very start. They did go for a crash on, I believe it was 7-2-1 GS team. I'm like, yeah, this is great. But not on Circle 1 to Circle 2. You know, it's a little bit too early to go for a full commit fight and get instantly eliminated because you're not getting any eliminations and especially not getting any placement points. So, Tiamba, I like the change of mindset, but it's just not at the right time. They need to do the fights when it makes the most sense in these games.
Yeah, I mean, 7-2-1 sort of took them down, and that creates like that chain effect at the bottom 3, Max, you know?
Yes.
Giving a little bit of hope to none other than dopeness. They overtook them, put themselves in a good position, got on that north side, didn't scout Nongshim and, you know, just leaving Kenji and Spigot to sponge some placement. But look, this is how crazy it gets at the lower of the leaderboard.
Was look at the top damage dealers here. I was just speechless by what Ida was able to do there at the end, that solo player. He was even celebrated with the kiss on the forehead, just saying, good job, please keep that up. We really need that because if not, then we're not going to be able to make it to top 5 or even get close. But right now, that squad, with this kind of performances, at least they're putting themselves in that it doesn't really matter area because they might end up going to survival, which might leave them open to just do whatever the heck they want.
Well, that's exactly how you want to be playing, right? You want to make sure you are comfortable, ready to go, and ready to get into the next game without too much of an, oh my god, we gotta win this game if we want to succeed. But yeah, really, really good stuff coming in from there. Also, shout out to EA in that final play. I do want to say EA actually doing a really, really good job. And I think if it hadn't been for the Ida player, you know, flicking in to get that win, they were isolating Ida really well. They were moving around and trying to control as much of the zone as possible. So shout out to them. It's still a really good game from them. So again, going into the next Erangel, want to see more from them.
Yeah, Arena. Shout out to you, E Arena. Right up until the end when you got absolutely smoked by one player with very low HP. One team that has been actually very consistent today, Max, for the first 2 games, which has been a big difference from what we saw yesterday in day 1 for Group B, is none other than Nongshim.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to ask me about Nongshim Red Force. I love the way they play because they're not an aggressive team early game, mid game, right? They're just trying to get a focus on their position. And especially if you look at this circle finish, western side of Stolber, very northern side. Where do Nongshim Red Force drop? Down in farm split. They go for a wide rotation all around the eastern side of Stolber Mountain, get a great entry point, have a 4-man split, just scouting very passively, just getting some information, seeing where all the players are hiding in those bushes. And at the end, when the teams are at their weakest, they're involved in a fight, they have to rock up, they take the high gun position and get a ton of eliminations. Sure, it's not a win, but Nongshim Red Force, the macro decision-making is just next level.
Honestly, come over here, Max. That was just... Ah, no!
Off camera! He gave me a little
As we're looking at the overall ranking for Team Vitality, I mean, they're going to stay up there, too. Godlike still performing well. Just let's keep an eye on that gap between Godlike and Ida Esports because it is currently at 12 points. S2G has been able to perform well. They ended up on a 1v1 with GodL.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I'm on the fence for S2G, honestly, here, Seven.
Same.
Why?
Because yes, they are performing better. Are they performing well? I don't really think so. At least not in that game. I think they were way too slow on that third party. I think they took forever. Once the third party was done, then they took forever to actually push Godlike as well, just giving them so much time to defend.
I mean, especially they only have 12 placement points over the course of what is now 8 games. That's a very low placement point, and the survival time must be abysmal. S2G, you need to get into those late games.
And for this team towards the bottom right now, Lace, I want you to get into your best coaching mentality. How are you gonna hype up these teams like Tiamba, ETSH Esports, and Hustler Crew?
I will personally head over to Hot Jukes. I will reach down and grab his left shoe and probably not do much with it because, you know, I might get a complaint. But look, these teams, especially Esh, coming out of that, they had a great position on the high north side. They had about 5 vehicle cover, 7 eliminations, moving on into that zone. And what did they do? EA Arena, they knew that they were there. It's not like they was just kind of did a nice flank onto them, but they're struggling with these positions into late game. If they were to have just defended EA Arena from behind, it would have been a different story for them. But the passiveness when it comes just specifically to late games from Team Esh is sad.
Yeah, it is sad for them. And for Hustler Crew, honestly, Kalaris, they might need a new pep talk, man.
Yeah, that's going to cost you the big bucks here for PMWC. But I think in Group B, the big bucks has done all the talking. You've got 4 of the 5 at the very top that I think have been the big fish, the big kahunas. They've made some amazing plays happen each and every time. They've looked very flashy, but one that's been ultra consistent without looking too flashy, I think, has been Horror Esports.
Just swimming along in that pond. They're a big fish at the moment. It is Horror. They're doing fantastically well. Again, so far they've had 2 bad games, like a 15th and a 16th, where it's not gone well. But we caveat with the fact that if they don't have a bad game like that, it's a top 5 at minimum. They've had multiple thirds, multiple seconds. They've had a strong win yesterday on Erangel. They're just a consistent team. But when we look at this, it's nice because that's very promising going into the finals.
No, definitely, definitely. Especially since someone like Sky, right, is still currently in that running for a potential MVP spot of this group, I would say in particular. maybe you can kind of carry that forward into like a final if it does occur. And that said, I feel like the top 5 as a whole, there's a little bit of separation already gathering from the bubble teams just below them. So Horror currently is kind of that boundary. I think that they can stay stalwart in what they've been able to do so far. Good splits and being able to take central positions. And they do control space very well. It's just that actually the very top of this lobby looks so flashy. When those stack levels come in, it's difficult to kind of go up against that.
Like when we were memeing earlier on in the day with Vitality, they had a really greedy 4-man split.
Yeah, they did.
And then we had Arena with their 39-point game. But it just, by contrast, Horror's just chugging along. And I don't think we'll see 39 Elim games. We won't see 4-man splits going to the finals. That's the winning strategy right there.
All right, well, thank you very much, Blank. It is time now to send it over to some of the big boys. Once again, on the caster desk, it's more games here at PMWC.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Blank. Very exciting seeing everyone start to set things up with how it's going here, Dukes. The day, of course, already raging on. 2 of our battlegrounds played out, and another spectacular one just on the horizon, off the back of what was a monumental clutch. I'm hoping everyone tries to raise the bar of their own individual level to match that.
They're going to need to, that's for sure, right? I mean, IDA did exactly what needed to happen to put them in the running, right, for top 5. They're still not there yet. I mean, there's still more to do, but you know what? Hopefully they can do it in style, and you guys can do it in style with that new Young Galacticos Champion Ancient Charm set. See if you can get that thing in game. I saw the players wearing it the other day, and I was like, I want some of that, right? I need some of that in a couple XL.
Oh, yeah, man. If we can get 2 of those up here.
And I mean American couple XL, right? You know, because otherwise there's like 5 or 6, you know.
Don't worry, we'll get you a tight one that fits nice. We'll get you looking fresh.
Fitted, baby. Straight fitted. And I'll tell you what, IDA are looking fitted to put themselves into that top 5. We'll see if that can happen. The rest of these teams in these lobbies need to go absolutely insane. There's only 4 matches left here.
Yeah, dude, it's gone by so quick today, especially, right? It feels like we've just whizzed through these games. Well, whizzed, probably rather than rizzed. Some of the players have been risen.
Oh, yes, they have. Yes, they have. They're looking good, man, as here we go into the second Erangel match here for Group B. Let's see if the zone's going to be finally kind here in this game, right? I think we need at least 1 normal Erangel circle when it comes to this group.
Is that what you want?
Just 1.
All right, watch this. You ready?
Yeah.
Wait, you just wait. When you see the zone, you're going to be blown away.
Okay.
I'm calling it right now.
You had the crystal ball when it came to GOAT, right, before. Let's see if Jackie's got it locked in now. If this thing goes to Zarky, I'm going bananas.
Just wait, man. The anticipation's all going to be worth it. Trust me, Jukes. It's going to be the most revolutionary zone you've ever seen.
Okay. All right, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I know a lot of these teams are ready for it here. As I'm looking at that top 5, now that cutoff being 73 points. That is a huge jump down to 7th place. What is that, 24-point difference? That is a chicken dinner minimum just to catch up. And that's if these teams do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's looking mighty solidified here. But we've seen crazier things happen, that's for sure. As we're going to see Vitality, out towards military base early, as always.
The classic set up from a fair few of our squads, because the playing path at least has been favourable for them. What about that zone, though? All right. Could have been way worse.
That's still gross, though.
It could have been way worse, though. That's what I'm saying. But what we're working with here, like 45% water? Like 35?
It's still a nasty circle. I mean, this is really like one of the worst spots because of the fact that you have to make that bet, right? Like, you go to the mainland, you go down to military base, you try to hold that bridge just in case the zone goes in another direction. Vitality don't care. Like I said, they've done so much, so many points, they can do whatever they want, you know? But for teams in the mid-pack, it's not good. It isn't, because this is not one of those circles that's like, oh, I got zone blessed, and now I'm going to get 30-point game.
Yeah.
It's like, we're just going to try to make it to endgame here.
You're gambling on it of just like, okay, do we stay there? Do we go back to the mainland? Which one do we pick? We're just going to get stuck on a bridge again?
Ugh. I wouldn't even know if I want a bridge fight. What do you do here? I'm really trying to crunch my brain and think, you know what? I think the best strategy here is to go in game and get the brand new Naruto skin. I think that is what you're going to do first, right? Get that Nine Tails, Furies, Og, and that way I'll look good, right? And once I'm going and get that skin, then really think, what do I do in this game? As we're going to see Ida get that loot truck from Infachiki. Loot trucks really have changed the game here, the whole meta. They've really allowed a lot of these spots that used to be a little bit rougher when it came to loot now be absolutely stacked. Because I'm thinking, if the coaches had to tell these teams, Jackie, you have to win the game.
Yeah.
If you want to make it to the finals, it's win the game. Otherwise, just good luck, right? So what do we do here in this scenario? What position, if you were a team, where would you put your squad in to try and get that 20-point game? You go in mainland, you go in military, you taking bridge? What are you thinking?
I think Campbell's probably a little bit safer right now to just set up mainland, like you say as well. Like the blessing of the loot trucks right here. If they get something good out of this, I'm sure we'll catch vision at some point of what they actually got, right? You get some high-tier loot straight away. You can just coast early game. Cut out a load of that like early looting time and actually fight a bit more with an advantage. I'm thinking it from the angle if they've just got to carry on from where they left off. Squads like that, so take that Ida mindset of trying to push your limits further, run some risk spray. You get some high tier loot, get in there, start scrapping, see if you can squeeze elims, bully some of the lobby. You know effectively at this point, like you're kind of middle of the pack, you're not really going to fall that far down. The bottom side's so low, slipping out of survival is going to be hard.
Yeah.
So you might as well risk it.
You have to, and I think this is the game to risk it. You know, I think that at a certain point, yeah, I think here it's all risk, for sure. As we get into the Miramar matches, then it's like, all right, maybe we got to play a little conservative just to make sure we don't fall in the bottom three if you're that low. But here is one of those games where you gotta shoot for the moon, right? Try to get that top three finish. I think if you're gonna go for down a spot, I think you go Ferry Pier, that Ferry Pier hill, right behind the gas station. If you take that spot there, it gives you a lot of control of the zone. You can hopefully maybe even catch some third parties. And it looks like Ida, of all teams, is going to take that spot. So they're saying, you know what? We're one of the squads that definitely could make it a top 5. And I mean by one, I mean the only one, right? They're the only one really in the run for top 5 here due to that last game, and they're going to control this hill, which I think is an excellent spot in the zone.
And it works out pretty cerebrally for them as well, right? Because obviously you come in, like you say, get that loot truck, arm yourself a bit earlier, that gets cut out some of the additional time they'd have to waste, sort of slowly slogging along, getting themselves better firepower and ammunition to work with. If they run into another squad, maybe they do just take that encounter head on. It's a good call. It was a great last game, and you could see they were all fired up in celebration as well. Big stage like this, Duke, sometimes the paranoia gets to you.
Yeah, it does.
But they certainly rise to the occasion, man.
They have rise to the occasion, and they did it in just such insane fashion. A crazy 1v3 to end things up, to get the chicken dinner, the dub, and put them in the running here. It's so insane. I mean, job's not done yet. I mean, Godlike have been playing phenomenally today. That's going to be a hard one to catch. And we heard it there from the desk, right? Out of all the teams in the top 5, they were talking about Aura, just being like, yeah, I mean, they are consistent. They're up there, but out of all the teams, I think they're the ones that's the most shaky right now, at least when it comes to trying to let Ida catch up to them. So I think if you are Aura, if you're any of the teams in top 5, you obviously want to shut that conversation down right here. But with a circle like this, it's not going to be easy, that's for sure.
A team that was towards the bottom side coming into the start of the day with 721 GS, but they've rose massively, fighting hearty into these games and still being able to squeeze out a decent number of elims to rise up the ranks. Fair few points between them and slipping back into the bottom. Obviously the surprising factor there, Tianba. Didn't think that's where we'd be seeing them, Jukes.
Oh my gosh, I can't, that's like, for me, the most frustrating thing in this lobby is seeing Tianba in, I mean, I don't even want to say it. I mean, they are in bottom 3 right now. I mean, yeah. I don't want to believe it, you know, and if this was any other year, I'd be like, I'm not worried, you know, like, it's Tianba, they're for sure not going to be, blah, 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 you know, but what has happened with Alpha 7, you know, is making me very scared, you know, because there wasn't a world, I would have put the whole house on saying that Alpha 7 were for sure making a final in 2 international events, and they haven't done that yet. So Yeah, Tianba, please get it together, please.
Yeah, we need to see some sort of change. Again, that'd be a prime example of a squad that probably could, if they lock in right here, right now, game like this, right, run the risk. It's not looking great as it is anyway. If you can completely flip that around with a big result, get some points in, bro. The other teams drop down below you. We know they've got the firepower for it, Jukes. It's just gone quiet.
Silly quiet. I mean, for them to even be close to bottom 3 is insane, and the fact that they're sitting there right now is wild. I mean, they're not that deep down. I mean, it's only 2 points away from dopeness and about 9 points away from 9th place. So it's not the scariest position to be in, but you know, you don't like to see it regardless. Next zone. Let's just see how toxic it's gonna be. Are we gonna get a crazy shit? Okay, yeah, it does go perfectly up to that mainland. So that bet from Ida, right? I mean, this is the perfect zone shift for them.
It's worked out brilliantly. Opening game plan so far uncontested. Sped up a lot of their looting, found themselves a good position that's still very central as well. 72-1 GS once again. They've been a bit of a dark horse of being able to squeeze eliminations and bully some of the squads that are massively above them in the standings. And that little nip, make it harder, take out some of these players so that you can try and climb. That's helping not only them, but potentially a few of our other squads as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's the teams you got to take out here, guys, right? I mean, at a certain point, I mean, I'm not going to say at a certain point. It's literally this point now. Like,
right now.
The mid teams need to hunt down the top squads. Like, you need to have, the coaches should be talking to these mid-pack teams, analyzing their drops. Now, I'm not necessarily saying hot drop, but have a good idea of where they move rotationally. Try to gatekeep them on a try to catch them out on a drive in somewhere. You got to do something to slow them down, because just hoping that they don't perform is just not good enough. You got to make your own luck. You got to find a way to make something happen. Unfortunately for Tianba, they lose a player on rotate, so they're going to be stuck with 3 here in order to get into that end game. And now QZZ gets knocked out by Ida. This is worst case scenario for Tianba. They're gonna hold the warehouse here, not the worst spot. It's one of those spots that you hard commit to. Are they not gonna get this res? Oh, brutal. And that just shows the urgency from Ida, right? They're like, we need every single point we can get.
Yeah, that's absolutely hellish for them immediately as well, right? If we're saying these kind of games where, yeah, as much as it's not barren, bottom of the bottle, not feeling like you can completely get back into it, another game goes by, suddenly you're looking at 3 matches left. If they remain in this position with their squad already falling down to only 2, and especially if you're feeding those points to a rising squad like Ida, this can't be happening.
Dude, I'm getting flashbacks, guys, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like remembering Alpha 7 being like, hey, all right, another bad game, another bad game, another bad game. What's going on here? And then all of a sudden, boom, they are knocked out. He could just see the look on the players' faces and just not looking too happy at all. Coaches from Young Galacticos are locked in right now. They're in 8th place, 47 points. And again, that is quite a few away from that mid-place position. So yeah, if you're Young Galacticos, you're in the blue zone now. Hunting down some of these squads might be beneficial because you need a ton of eliminations. Let's see if they can find them, though, as Dopeness end up battling it out with Team Vitality. Razak throwing the Molotovs in there. Lupa on fire, and he's gonna burn, baby, burn. And that's Dopeness losing one of their players here.
Dopeness trying to clash back. Eyes on the Wizards tower. Razy goes up top to make sure they can hard flush onto Lufa. No recovery mission, but Nikita has other ideas in mind. Nearly gets up the stairs, but Razak's quick with it. And a buckshot's dispatched them. Head on a swivel as well. Finds Ken G, 1 by 1. Dopeness very quickly falling to the wayside. Nice pick up there, Jukes. They can save their mate as well. This is a bit surprising, though. S2G hard commit onto the Godlike crew, and they're gone.
Wow, what a huge, huge finish for the side of S2G. This is their chance now. S2G's got to go for the win. Godlike getting shut out earlier is perfect for them because they are right there. 4th place, 5th. Not a crazy point gap going up from them. So 75 points is where they're staying. That's the goal to catch up to. Big opportunity. And you know, Ida saw that. You know, Aura saw that. You know, Young Galactica saw that. So let's see what they could do in this game. And now with Dopeness getting eliminated earlier, Tianba are like, all right, hey, let's get a good game in here and get out of this bottom 3.
Yeah, exactly. You're not too far off. Couple points. It's only a duo, though. That's the scary thing. He'd have weakened them early. That task is way harder. Half as many players to rely on.
Now, yeah, you're just going to see these rotations come out. I mean, S2G need to find themselves a good solidified position, and they do, right? They have a good spot in this next circle, especially if the zone goes up north. Yeah, I think now it's time to play things a little bit slower, slow things down. You got to get to end game if you're S2G. Fights right here are way too dangerous because if you take a fight, you're getting third party, almost guaranteed. So slow it down a little bit and try to get this win because that's what you need. You need still a good amount of points here. And if you can get that win now, man, they'll be having a good solid chance in the last 3 matches.
Good to see everyone being a little bit more cutthroat with the application of how they're playing, right? It's kind of what we were saying. You got to try and run a few more risks, and taking down Godlike now presents that opportunity to rise. Let's see where the zone's going to go on it. Who will get a bit of a gift?
Dead center. Dead center here. So the S2G are still in play here. The duo from Tianba are not going to be in trouble because everyone's going to be crashing in this area. And you can see Vitality are driving right by. Everybody instantly moving on. S2G not happy with just taking that corner side. They want dead central, and they are pushing on up. Vitality now. Oh, boy. Here comes TT Project looking to punish them in the shack. Nice shots there from Niaz. And there's some desperation points on the side of TT Project. They need every single one of them.
Sitting inside the vehicles for Vitality is the only play they can make. They quickly heal themselves up and re-peek back through. Razak, star player for this squad that's been popping off in this very battleground. They're going to go for the quick pickup play, it seems. Federales runs in. Oh, the hovercraft just clipping the toes of Niaz as he gets crushed. And Razy finishes it off there. They can block some of this space as well. Hard commit to that recovery. Make sure they get back to 3 members, Jukes.
How are these guys alive?
I don't know.
This is insane. I mean, this was the worst case scenario for TT Project. Just Team Vitality said, all right, you know what? Yeah, you guys thought that we were just big chilling. No. If you're going to take us out, you got to do it quick. Now we're going to see Young Galacticos here just on the move little by little. Ida holding this compound, a strong position in this zone is exactly what they need to be doing. They got a couple eliminations early. You know, get yourselves a nice secure spot. Ensure that you get to that end game here. S2G would have 6 eliminations, which is a great start for them. They did lose 1 player, so they got to start playing very conservative here. They full committed to this position, dead center. They're like, you know what? We're going to hold the dead center, wide out in the open. We're going to secure this shack, have all our vehicles blown up. So they really, really need to hope that the zone just keeps centering on up to their position.
That's the crew taking down Hyunbin there as they're able to detonate the vehicle. And you can see it's not looking too great health-wise for Nonshin Red Force. They chip damage onto one of them, 2 of the players knocked for now. That's a bit of a spread where you got Wolves nearby, Hustler crew in position. This is the fight that's currently going down. Ooh, nade inside from Slanik as Wolves get that one on target.
Let's go Wolves, man. Wolves need to do something here to keep the NA dreams, hopes alive. Wolves having one of the best substitute players on the planet in Juancho. Fortunately, we haven't seen him in the game, but he is here in the arena watching over his squad. and hopefully looking to extend their stay here just a little bit longer. 30 points, not nearly out of the danger zone yet. They need a good game to at least solidify them to that survival stage. But man, that survival stage is gonna be jam-packed here. Tianba looking like they are gonna be, might be going to it. Alpha 7 looking headed in that direction as well. As we look at the top players, of course, we see a whole bunch of team vitality. That makes sense.
It really does. Zone crunching in once again, though. Centering up. S2G, Hora, and of course the remaining members of Tianba within the area for now. Surprised Ida from distance as well when we saw that fight with Wolves and Nonshin, but they were able to steal away one more point just off the back of the encounter. This is Yangon pushing up onto TT Project. Oh, they're trying to get away in the vehicle, but they're running into another team on the hillside. It goes both ways though. Damage done. Federales from distance helping Vitality put pressure onto these squads.
You can see Young Galacticos, there's Say Cloud, all right, popping a couple shots there on the side of Vitality. I'm surprised he even shot that, considering that he's so far out of position in this circle. But now I was wondering, where is Alpha 7? When are they going to make some moves? There's Obscure getting a nice shot there onto E-Arena. That's huge for this lobby. E-Arena going out here shuts down one of those top players. And Tourniquet, though, last player up. Oh, devastating A7 here. Oh, and good for them, though. 7-2-1 gets that elimination. That's going to be a huge sigh of relief for the side of A7.
It's Wolves as well, making it so uncomfortable for Alpha 7 there. They thought they could take a fair fight, be able to just play a head-to-head with both squads. Doesn't work that way. Wolves keep the pressure on A7. 721 GS as well. Still stealing points here and there in these games. Darkin takes the shots up onto Fajita. You got the spam over. In the midst of all this, Vitality have finally finished what remained of TT Project. And the solo from Alpha 7 stuck in a horrific position.
Horrific is right. And the Wolves are holding the north side, wrapping all the way around to find a position in this next zone. Obscure just going to be eating a whole lot of blue damage. And this is stage 5. This one hurts. Alpha 7 just can't seem to catch a break here. Can't get anything going. And S2G, hard committing to that central spot, is working out so far. And that is, yeah, Obscure's just going to go out to blue. So that's A7. If they want to make it into the top 3, they need to win almost every single game going forward.
Impressed how good Wolves have been able to play as well with the really awkward fights they've had here. Handling themselves nicely against multiple squads. Sonic does finally fall, and he was hitting some big shots. It could be a detriment to the remainder of the Wolves roster. Yangon. Brutal position, bro. They got the smokes, limited cover, hovercraft still there.
Now we're going to see Ida. 4 players up. They took the most dominant position in the zone early, and it is working out for them. What's even working out for them more is the fact that Godlike's gone, right? Nongshim Red Force are hurt. E-Arena is out of here. Hora only have 2 players left, so, and those are really the only top 5 that matter, right? So, oh man, that's going to be really huge for the side of S2G and Ida. It opens the door. It opens the door for them to make it into the finals, but you still got to walk through it. Team Vitality, meanwhile, are applying that pressure onto Young Galacticos. It's only Smile and Romeo up left, and they are going to be stuck trying to just snake this one out and make something happen.
Nade from Smile being cooked. A few shots over from Tiamba as well, it seems. Doesn't overcommit onto chucking that one, just going to belly crawl back through the weeds and see if he can get into a good spot here. Thread the needle with a nade, get it on top of Vitality. There's the boom. Not enough to connect onto Federales. Information going both ways as well. The hovercraft coming in from Romeo to close the gap. He dives out. Quick reposition from Federales.
Now we're going to see Tianba get eliminated, so they weren't able to put up anything here. Federales looking to go ahead and make a play on a Romeo. Let's see what he can do. Does he have any? Doesn't need it. Jump headshot, baby, through the window, through the wall. That is how you get it done.
Incredible Elim on that one. But whilst Federales is celebrating, Ida's eyes light up once again. They know their job is not done. Razak takes the heat back over to Ida and puts pressure on them. Razy incredibly low in the distance. They got to go for the pickup play on Rita. They have to tuck in now.
Man, Team Vitality, 13 points. Oh, this is tough considering that these are all points everybody else needs. So they are just making this lobby that much harder here, because that's now Nongshim Red Force eliminated. So pretty dud game for our top 5, excluding Team Vitality. Aura's still alive with 2, but they haven't done much at all. And with S2G getting 8, this is a good opportunity, right, for them to just continue to chug along and do a little good game of catch-up.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a bit of a sleeper journey for them today. I mean, 8 elims. Still looking like they've got a lot more to give as well. If Ida go down, that's going to be them next in line to really try and take benefit from the games they're having here. Ooh.
Ouch. Man, Team Vitality just crushing dreams non-stop here. They have the craziest day ever yesterday. And now they're just looking to crush the teams of these teams that are trying to desperately make it into the top 5. Rita, it's up to him to make it play on Federales. Ooh, saw a little pixel. Takes a little pop shot at it. And now, Federales does get knocked by 721 GS. It just leaves, I believe, Razak up left for Team Vitality.
Only one player left from Wolves now. Aura set up in the shack. There's the nade coming over. They do get the shots onto him and the nade misses, so they're fighting to survive as a duo with Wolves being taken out of the running. Like you said, Vitality just down to Razak. It won't get any easier. S2G bringing the heat over to 721 GS as they'll scrap each other. So far away though, Jukes. It's not an easy gap to close. They've got to get a move on.
Yeah, now this is S2G's time. Like, honestly, S2G, you did a great job. You got to the end game. Now it's time to get aggressive. Move. You need all of these eliminations. Team Vitality is stealing all of them from you. You need all that you can get because Godlike is out. Aura, they're getting some points on the board as well. So if you're S2G, now's your time. Are you going to make it happen, though? Because Ida is still soaking up points here.
Vitality finally full. They can get back over there and resupply off of the crates that are inside of the building. 721 GS taking a lot of damage as well. This is just the cleanup. That's all S2G need from it.
Hey, shout out to 721 GS, though. Great day today, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were in the bottom 3 looking down and out, but they put themselves at least in a running for the survival stage. Actually, they're looking pretty good for the survival stage here. Oleko gonna have to make a play for his team. Does get some sightlines on S2G, but Solke able to make it behind that hail bale and take them out.
And again, that's another point stolen by Ida as well with the shot we saw coming over from Darkin. One of those knocks goes his way, converted into a point. So still squeezing little bits out of this lobby. As we remain with our final 3 squads, Hora down to the 2 players. Ooh, Sky's gonna buckle as well. Instant connection from Emre on the peak up. They're not slowing down, Jukes. They're just getting started.
Yeah, now Aura are out. That's the right play. Honestly, both of these teams were like, hey, Aura's that way? Yeah. Let's all focus there first, all right? And then we can deal about it later on because we're the ones trying to get in the top 5. Aura are already there. And now a huge fight as S2G. He's got the AWF, baby. Let's see some of that late game sniper action. But what? Oh, Rita. Talk about, hey, we got barbershops here for these players, and Rita just got a haircut.
Short back and sides for Rita. Ridiculous, that one didn't connect.
Ooh-wee.
The scope attached for max precision. Looking to punch a hole straight through them. As it comes down to two teams that are neck and neck towards each other. The rise we've seen from S2G. And an Ida that took that chicken dinner previously and have not slowed down. A slight advantage in terms of the battle of attrition, Jukes. It's a 4 versus 3 on the manpower.
Oh, I know we joked about that missed shot, but that was actually a really brutal miss, considering that if he would have hit that, Rita's gone, and there's no way he's getting rezzed. It would have been a 3v2 situation. So, oh, barely missing. That would actually have been a 3v3, would have evened things up here. So, unfortunate for that. Let's see what kind of plays you're going to make. Now, you can see Ida just slowly creeping up, pushing their back against the blue zone, and now with that snake play coming into here, one good nade could shut them down. Come on, bust out that AWM again. You gotta do it. You gotta hit that shot for your team and clutch things up. This is where that kind of play could really come in and make something happen.
Kamikaze taking some big hits. Emre, look at the reaction time, Jukes. He steps up, absolutely lays down the law. Spitting bullets, one by one they're being removed. Unless he can save it with the snipe, it's all over. And they're gonna run him down.
Didn't really do much except for Team Vitality, right? I mean, it was a non-game for them, and that opened things up. Let's take a look at the team comps and hear what they had to say.
Çok güzel arkadan bir tane var. Bir kaldı. Araba sürüyorum. Gel beraber devam edelim gel. Sür araba sür. Nice oğlum.
Nice celebration. They're happy, bro. They know. They've been there before, Jukes, and they're locking it down. Beautiful signs, though. It's the way as well. They actually stole so many Elim points off other teams amidst all that commotion in those fights, right? Anytime there's a third-party angle from distance, we're talking meters. They're hitting shots.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, this is what I was talking about in that last game, right? When you have such an insane clutch play, it exudes confidence in your entire squad. They believe in you as a player. They believe that it's a sign, right? It's meant to be for us to make it. And we saw that circle early on. I was like, hey, that's probably the best spot in the zone. They immediately were like, yeah, let's take that. And since they looted at Pachinki, and they took full advantage of it. What a clutch play right here. It's to catch up and be able to make it into the finals, and they're looking like they're making it happen.
Locked it down. Happy with themselves. And a pathway now went from being possibly impossible to now literally a reality, Dukes. They're right there.
Yeah. I mean, but this is what it took. This is what it took, right? This is why we were really casting so much doubt, right? Because it took like 2 back-to-back wins to even make it a chance. They just did it, and good for them that they did it in the first half of the day, right? I mean, there's still 3 more matches left to go. That's plenty of time to really lock things down, but it's gonna be interesting to see, right, which team got knocked out of the top 5, right? That is gonna be really wild to see, and unfortunately, on the other side of things, right, we didn't see Tianba be able to make it.
Yeah, Tianba. So many different narratives that we're looking at here and so much more to discuss. So stick with us when we get back into it.
Team Vitality is one of the best teams in club championship this year, but I don't feel any responsibility. I think we're happy that outside our game, we also can contribute to the team's vitality point on the club championship. Winning the championship would mean a lot to me because we can give 1,000 points to Team Vitality.
AJL 的俱乐部的排名在不断上升，然后我们也是会有一点压力的，然后我们也是随着压力的变化，我们也改变我们自己的打法。如果 EWC 我们 AJL 拿下总冠军的话，我是非常开心的，因为我们所有的项目在多项开花嘛，大家都是在拿冠军为一个目标奋斗，然后我们也是非常开心嘛。
За хэрвээ одоо Aurora Gaming Sub Championship-д одоо байрэлдэж ч юм уу төрүүлэх юм бол одоо мэдээж манай багийн тодорхой хэмжээнд төв нэмрээ оруулсан болохоор мэдээж одоо маш бахархалтай байна гэж бодож байна.
As if there was any question if Ida was gonna show up, Max. They get that back-to-back chicken dinner. If I'm not mistaken, if the math is right, they jumped up to 5th place.
It's not chicken dinner anymore, it's a chicken buffet right now for Ida, having a great time. But especially for a team that was middle of the pack, back-to-back wins, right, was great because we saw at the start of day 7, the point gap between the teams in the top 5 was quite significant, like 20+ points. These wins, and especially that now going towards vitality and such, is great because it just enables a possibility for these teams to initiate a comeback. Ida looking so confident because they know it's do or die. If they want to go to the finals right away, they need to show up, and they've done that massively on day 2 of their group.
No, it's very true. I do enjoy what we're seeing from Ida, the back-to-back. I mean, it's the 3rd back-to-back we've had in the group stage. We've had many coming on through here. Yeah, it's really nice to see, but, you know, it is a classic gameplay, classic strategy that we're seeing from a couple of different teams, Nongshim being one of those, right, where they are going into the mid-circle, there we go, mid-circle, finding a compound, and then just staying there, staying put, being really, really nice to see that come on through. They wait, and then about phase 5, they start actually moving through and spreading out, trying to gain a little bit of control as well. So that's really nice to see from Ida, and I want to see it again.
It is nice to see one team that, honestly, a lot of teams got a chance to just push up the leaderboard here, especially for the middle of the pack. Godlike. They ended up being eliminated early on, right? We saw them start off hot at the beginning of the day. It has slowed down a little bit for this squad, especially considering they're currently in that contention for top 5. But it is a big opportunity. Lace, if you, Matt Natira, if you can just stop hogging the mic and pass it on. There you go. Thank you very much. But as I was saying, Lace, it's a big opportunity for some of these other squads to be able to jump up that leaderboard. One of them being none other than 721.
Honestly, it's been such a ride watching this team, and by that, I mean they are making micro adjustments mid-game. Still, though, getting a little caught out. I mean, and this is from the likes of, like, I gotta chuck in S2G there as well, because they're literally holding this front position against 721 on the north side. And they were at about like a three player part, and it's just unfortunate 721 aren't sort of making these, like, I guess, minor adjustments to have that line of sight on them. And I mean, they're getting caught out by these massive split holds from these teams. But yeah, I've got to add S2G there into the mix because they are performing incredibly well.
I feel like you've been supporting 721 a lot today. Yesterday was Vitality. Can you support Nongshim Red Force? Just for no particular reason.
They don't need to be supported extra.
Good juju.
I'll take extra points for them. I don't care.
So
can you just say, Lace, can you just say Hyunbin one time for us, please?
Hyunbin?
Okay, there you go. That's an extra 15 eliminations for Hyunbin today.
Guys, I have a reverse caster curse, by the way. Did you know that?
That's called a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call it a reverse caster curse for everyone at home. But yeah, who just PayPal me.
We'll hit you up.
You especially you, Max. Okay, we might find a good rhythm here, especially if you're able to curse the team, she'll uncurse them, and then You and I, Neptura, will try to curse them again. But for some of the other teams, a big surprise for me has to be Alpha 7. We kind of have to bring them back, right? For Alpha 7, we're expecting a bit of a jump up today of the likes of what 721 has been able to do, some of the other squads like Ida, but it hasn't been the case for Alpha 7.
No, it hasn't. They had a couple of really good spots, and then in this last game, the last couple of games, it really feels like they've fallen back down in terms of that momentum. They're not really building on anything, and we are looking now at the overall ranking because yeah, it is Ida. A7's not on the front page, and I think we know why, but Ida, hello.
Ida jumped up all the way to second place. That's what happens when you get a back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, a back-to-back will do that for you. So really good jump up from Ida. Generally a team that I thought would be middle of the pack. I was not expecting to be in here, the top 5, but they just shut us all up right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. The late blessing is real, apparently, right now, though, looking at this page. Yangon Galacticos, day 1 Niptro, showing some, like, sparks of aggression. I was really excited, but today, this team just fully disappeared, I would say.
Yeah, it's weird. I was really hoping for a lot more coming on through because, yeah, they've been so nice. They've not been playing passive. They've been trying to do a lot of things. They've been trying to control a lot of area, and it's just not really coming through. I don't know if that's because teams are, you know, pushing that aggression a little bit more and they're getting caught out, or if it's more of just faltering in mentality.
Looking at this one, I'm sorry, I have to go down at this point. Tiamba, what is going on? They're so passive. This does not look like the Tiamba we saw play so well back in the Macau Invitational. They look like just a shadow of their past selves. So Tiamba at
the
this
whole
point,
region, honestly, the whole Chinese region looks like that because they have not been performing well at all.
All gamers had like some good moments, but Tiamba, I would say, is the team that I was expecting a lot of aggression, and I'm sorry to say I've been disappointed, especially by QZZ. He's not even taking any fights. They're so passive. There's still time to exit the bottom 3, but top 5 for Tiamba, not happening.
All right, well, hey, I've been able to surprise you guys in the past, so I'm gonna surprise. No, keep looking forward, sir. You're in class right now.
Okay.
Because I have a surprise for y'all that you get a chance to open up. Here you go, Max. Hold this for me.
Oh, gift. He's been so nice.
We're going to be opening them up. You guys are going to get some mummies. I get to keep the rest, so I'm not even going to try to open one up. But please, do me a favor. Open them up and see which one you guys are going to be getting. If you get the one, that'd be sick.
Oh, it rips. Wait.
Oh my god, it's okay. You're not gonna keep the box. You're gonna keep what's inside. Oh, and there's also inside a package, so you're gonna have to do 2 unboxings for me.
Oh, I got a card. What do I have?
What do you think you're gonna be getting? No, don't look at that card right now. Just open the thing.
Okay, don't look at the card. I'm gonna be getting the blue one, the blue and the white.
Blue and the white?
I'm gonna get the blue one.
Oh, you did! That's actually pretty sick. Okay, Lace, what are you gonna get?
Okay, ready? Are you ready?
Oh, squishy.
Yellow!
I got a classic mummy.
Nice.
Those are sick.
I win.
Those are sick. Okay.
Your one?
I like them. You know what?
Yeah.
Nice, I like it.
Doesn't matter who wins, who got the best one, because now I get to keep them all. Yeah!
Oh, Looty. Dude, we're halfway through. Day 2 of Group B. It's crazy. We've got some teams in the bubble as well. TT Project, Dopeness, Tianba.
Yeah. I would love to step in one of these teams. Step in?
Look, dude, I don't know if you're good enough at this game.
Oh, no. I'm not speaking about playing. I'm so bad. I'm speaking like a motivational speech, you know, like a coach.
Yeah, a motivation. Okay, that could work. Yeah.
How do you do?
Oh, how would I do it? I don't know. I would say something like, guys, we're in the bubble. We have to do something. But, you know, trust each other. We have to play our own game. Trust the IGL.
Oh, that's nice. That's calm. That's cool.
Yeah, man. And I feel like I shouldn't ask this, but how would you do it?
I will do it the French way, like something like... Okay. Maintenant les gars, on va arrêter de faire de la merde, hein. On va continuer à jouer plus correctement, on va faire attention à la zone, on va faire des kills et on va arrêter de se chier dessus.
Dude, you terrified the kids. What did you just say?
I just say something like, we're a big family, we got this, and let's win together.
I don't think I believe you.
Back to caster, guy. Game
What
4
did you
now.
say?
I said back to caster.
What did you say?
Game 4, it's now.
Hey, you know what? I don't think I believe him either. I don't think that's quite what he said, but my French is not quite good enough. We'll have to tune in with Max to see if that was real.
We will have to tune in with Max. Unfortunately, he's laid dead out on a table at the moment, completely slammed out by a chicken leg from Evil 7, apparently. But we are getting in towards our fourth game of the day so far. Ida on a back-to-back, which was kind of amazing to watch and is making it quite difficult for some of the teams at the top. We thought it was kind of a secured top 5. Ida, however, battling their way in with fair ease on day 2.
It seems like they found something, figured something out from that first day of games, moving into today. So they set it back over on the desk before they were knocked unconscious. They are now in second place, which is a huge jump up coming through from Ida. A Turkish team potentially going to represent in a direct qualification spot in towards those finals would be great. But now we have our final Erangel of the group stages. For Group B, this is their last chance to take a turn around the grassy pastures.
Some nice even points available here on Erangel as well. Teams want to make it happen. Unfortunately, today has been pretty rough in terms of